Hi, welcome to Bite-Sized Bat Trip's Bits and Pieces, where we look at gaming accessories that have come across my gaming table. To kick us off, I've got a gaming mat and a measuring template from Wargamer. So first up, let's look at this gaming mat. So when looking at gaming mats, obviously the most important thing is kind of how it looks and feels and the coloring. And for the most part, this mat is actually really nice. It's a green finish, so grass, but it has some depth to it with a little bit of yellow and reds, which makes the grass very kind of attractive because it's a little bit muted green, and it doesn't really come off on the video, I think, just with the color compression, but in real life it's actually a nice shade. And it's also not completely uniform, and I think that's just a byproduct of how it is manufactured, but the effect is that it gives you a little bit of depth again to the actual surface, which is quite attractive. For the way the mat's actually made, you can see that it's a rubberized surface, so it's flexible, and you can obviously roll it up or gently fold it. And this mat actually has been out of the box for about 2 days now, so the creases have worked themselves out for the most part. However, you can still see a little bit of the creasing, which I'm hoping will kind of disappear over time. So the dice test is very simple. It's basically how do dice peel and roll on a mat so that you can kind of, do they bounce, do they kind of fall nicely? And this mat's quite good. The dice land nicely, they don't stick up on an edge, and they don't bounce, and so they're nice and quiet. So that part actually feels really good. The other test is the miniature movement test. So this is basically how the mat reacts to miniatures being moved around, and this one feels pretty good. I can create a unit and kind of grab it, and the minis slide nicely. They don't catch, so it makes it just easier to play. Last thing I'll mention about the mat is that it's 4 by 6 feet, so it's a good solid size for most kind of tabletop wargaming needs. The other accessory is this by Fire and Sword measuring template, and obviously it's generic in the sense that you can use it with any game system, but it has some nice by Fire and Sword graphics cut into it. And this is made out of that kind of laser cut wood. It's nice and sturdy, and it's quite useful for this game just because it has all of the major distances that you need. So you've got the 20, 5 centimeters, 10 for your kind of effective range and infantry moves and withdrawals. And then it also has what I like, the 2 centimeters, which you can use for distancing between units and line of sight. And then actually it has a 0.5 centimeter as well, which is great for light cavalry or open order, where you need to make sure that you've got that spacing between units. And then of course it has the 45-degree sight line, so when you're doing your shooting, it's nice and easy to see where the line of sight from a particular unit goes. Now, personally, I really like using measuring devices like this one. I think they speed up the game, and I just find them to be quite handy, so that if you want to move a unit, then it's very much just put your device in there and slide the unit along, which is just a little bit easier than using a measuring tape, or if you need to see if you're within, let's say, short shooting distance, then again it's a very quick one kind of touch, and it's very clear. So yeah, I definitely recommend using one of these. Thanks for watching. See you next time.